We people come in many shapes and sizes. We can be skinny. We can be big. We can be square. Wait, what? We can be circle. No, we can't. We can be heart-shaped. That is literally impossible. We can be in the shape of Charizard. This is getting ridiculous. But you know what also comes in many shapes and sizes? Yes. You don't? Well, in this video, I'll be showing you houses built in different shapes and sizes. I'm so sorry about myself, but please enjoy. Now, if you look at most houses, the commonly used shapes are squares and triangles, but we're starting off with triangle here because most roofs are triangle shaped. But the building is normally square, which is where this gets a bit peculiar. I also make some triangle windows for this, as you can see here, using the Chisel and Bits mod, which I covered recently. Very useful for making a very cool styled window, which I can actually replicate very easily once I've made the first one. So thanks to this mod, we get to stick to the triangle theme even for the windows, and I also use it for the door, as you'll see later on. The roof is also kind of triangular, and we've got a big triangle window at the back as well as 3 littler ones as well. All the windows are triangle, okay? And you'll see in a bit, I tried to also make the interiors match the shape of the house that I was building. Kind of tricky with triangles, although I gave it my best shot. You can see here I did some triangle lakes or ponds as well as some triangle trees, which aren't that super triangle to be honest, and also tried to make a triangle shaped path as well. Let's go have a look around. So here is the final product, looking pretty triangular. We've got the triangle trees, as you can see here, the triangle shaped lakes as well. Well, that one kind of looks more like a cone, but cones are triangular, so there you go. For the entrance, we've got this pretty cool triangle shape going up there. Thanks to the Chisel and Bits mod, which makes it look really cute. Inside, we come across a triangle carpet, plus all the windows, which look really cool from inside, I think. I tried to set these tools out as a triangle shaped, as you can see here, except we couldn't really go super high as the chest wouldn't open. So instead, we've gone that far up the staircase, which isn't in a triangle shape. But I'll tell you what is, my table here, and not really the bed, but kind of the bed is in a triangle shape. Tried to make the bookshelves for the enchanting area in a kind of triangle shape. And we've also got some other stuff in here as well that isn't triangular, but that's okay. Not everything has to be triangular. But let's move on to our next shape, which is the square. Now I know what you're thinking, squares are boring. Do you know what's also boring? The fact that my time-lapse broke and didn't work. So instead we had to pick it up from this point here. As you can see, I built a square island in the middle of a square river, and of course we've got a square house on top of it. If you guessed it, that's right, square windows. All the windows in this house are square, none of them are oblong shaped. We've also got a square roof there with some square glowstone going around it because we just love squares. Someone told me before this build to not be square, but I just ignored that completely. So I'm gonna be honest, it's not the best looking house, but squares are really boring. I tried to do my best job decorating the inner side of the house, but it was just such a big house that it was also quite hard to do. So let's go have a look around this monstrosity and see if you guys like it, because I think it's the worst of the 5 to be honest. But here it is, square like the block in Minecraft. We also have some square trees around here as well. Inside on the downstairs level we've got some tools and stuff, some bookshelves in a square shape. We have our square table here, square bookshelves everywhere, a square painting, more bookshelves, our square enchanting area. And like honestly, that's it. This area is too big. I couldn't find anything else to put in it that was square. Upstairs we've got all these precious blocks, which of course are made of squares, as is everything in Minecraft to be fair. Not very square in shape this, but oh well, not everything has to be square. Upstairs, I thought, do you know what would be funny? If we had just a little bed over here and the rest of the room was empty, and it just looks so ridiculous and stupid that I kind of like it. Like, imagine this being your bedroom. It's like, you know what? I'm so rich, I've got all these floors and all this space. I'm not even going to put anything in it. So, looks like in the end, I was a bit of a square building this house. But don't worry, because next up, we're doing the circle. Now, oh boy, circles, they are not boring by any means, especially in Minecraft, where everything that is circular is hated by Mojang because they always put square stuff in. But I thought, not today, Mojang. Today, we're going to have some circles in Minecraft, so I used some little blocks from the Chisel and Bits mod to help me make that circular window down there. We actually have another circular window as well. Not as small though, so we don't have to use the Chisel and Bits mod. Inside, we have just 2 floors because you don't really need that many floors in these houses. In fact, I kind of went a bit too big on the square house, so I've decided to keep it a bit low-key since then. Now, I was going to do this as a big globe rather than a circle, but then I thought, you know what? That's not a circle. That's a sphere. So I opted against that and just did a circular house, which I know this is technically a cylinder. You can't build a 2D house in Minecraft, okay? It's just not possible. If you want a 2D house, go play Terraria. But of course, I added in some circular ponds and different stuff outside. I tried to make a curved path leading up to the house as well, but it just ended up looking a bit weird. And of course, bone milled the ground. Let's go have a look around the inside. So here is the circular house with our circular window. I've also added a nice curved little bit above the door as well, and we've got some other curved windows upstairs too. Inside, we have this very weird layout because it's a big circle. Not really much use for anything, but on this side we've got all our useful stuff. Our furnaces, our crafting tables, a couple of chests, an anvil and a cauldron. Up the ladder we go. We get to the next floor where we have some more circular windows. We've got a bed over here with an armor stand, chests, a sort of curved bookshelf in a way. And I attempted to make a circular table. It's not really the round table that the knight sat on, is it? It's kind of weird looking, but I gave it my best effort, as well as this circular rug, which is just a cross. Oh. Speaking of crosses though, let's move on to our next shape, which is the cross. This build makes me so cross. Haha, bad joke at the start. Okay. For this build, I decided to do the cross upright rather than lay it on the ground. As you can kind of see, it would have been like in the shadow there. I did this because I thought it posed more of a challenge. As on the ground, you just have a house with 4 rooms coming off the edge of it, whereas I wanted to do something different. I wanted to have 2 rooms on the top floor, plus a room on the bottom floor as well. And the top bit of the cross, I just put some glowstone in there to make a pretty sort of top bit, which has no use whatsoever. But not everything needs to be used, okay? Decorating the inside was kind of easy because I just didn't have much space to place stuff, and crosses, very simple, as it's basically just 5 squares. I also decided to put it on an island, which was a cross, as you can see here. I wanted it to naturally fall into the water rather than just being a sheer drop into water, so as you can see here, I copied and pasted this little section around to make a very nice crossed island, although I think it is slightly uneven, but we just won't talk about that, okay? We also added a bridge on, which has got a cross on it as well, plus some little cross trees. Let's go have a look around this very angry island. So much about this build is made of crosses, from the bridge to the island to the trees to the actual building itself. I should probably done all the windows as crosses as well, but instead we just got 2 big cross windows in the center. It's kind of weird because you can see through the entire house. On the lower level, we got some furnaces, crafting table, anvil, chests, all your little basic tools and stuff. We take a ladder up to the next floor. We've got this little landing here where you can look out at the circle house over there. How are you doing, circle? And then we've got 2 little landings on the top as well, where one we've got our enchanting area, which you can't make out of a cross. And then we've got our bedroom, which has got a cross table in it, as well as a bookshelf. Okay, let's alter, make a cross. There we go. Books are everywhere, but that's alright. A cross bookshelf has been achieved, plus our bed and some gold armor, because why not? Now, moving on, let's look across to another shape. And that shape is the heart. In my mind, I thought there's only a few shapes, isn't there? But there's actually quite a lot, so I had to choose for the last 2 after the obvious ones of circle, triangle, and square, which house to do. And I decided on the heart house because it is going to be super cute, and I also decided on the cross house as well. The heart house, however, is quite an interesting one to build because of the weird shape. At the bottom it's very narrow and at the top it's very wide, but I managed to make do in the end. Also added on these cute heart windows as well. And I must say I'm very grateful for the Chisel and Bits mod, because without it all these builds would be significantly more boring, but because of them we can make these cool heart-shaped windows. The back of the house you're looking at here has a few more heart windows added onto it, not as many as the sides, and they're not as small as the side ones, so I just made them out of regular old Minecraft blocks. You'll see in a second how I made the entrance. It sort of goes up into the middle of the heart. It kind of looks looks like a bit of a face with weird lips and heart eyes, doesn't it? And a heart-shaped head. But I also added in some heart-shaped ponds plus some heart-shaped trees as well, because that's just the whole theme. It's shapes. Are you not getting this by now? This is the last build, for goodness sake. So here it is, a super pink build. We've even got pink trees, because why not? Should have made the water pink. I didn't think to do that. Oh well. We enter through this little narrow staircase here up to the main area where we have a square-shaped table, because there wasn't enough space for a heart-shaped table, plus all our tools and stuff as well. And we got some little hearts around, making some nice decoration, and a big heart window to look out of here as well. Up this little staircase up the side here, we get to the top floor, where we have some bookshelves, which I tried to make in a heart shape. It just didn't work. And we also have an armor stand, plus our bed, which is, of course, on a heart-shaped little mantle here. The floor is actually slab, so you have to raise up the floor if you want to put anything on it, which is why this is kind of bare. There's no carpets because we can add any. But it looks pretty cool nonetheless. Very basic decoration, very pink. I feel like my decorating of the interior is getting worse as I go on decorating more houses. But there you have it, the final house in the shape of a heart. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy these shape houses, please let me know in those comments down below, and also vote in the poll which you think is your favourite. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.